Hi everyone, Rhonda Craig here. Number 33, if you're keeping track. It's going to be a little bit different tonight, or today. Kind of want to tell you where we've come from. On October the 5th, 2022, I started these series, and I've done a few. Sometimes I do one a week, sometimes I do more. Sometimes not that many. But today is February 12th, 2023. That has nothing to do with when you're watching this, but just to let you know, I've been at this for a while. Tonight's going to be a little bit different. Most of the time I do these, it is at night. And you can see the sheet behind me that I have used to teach the trek through the Bible. But I have some questions. I was a teacher for 30 years. And every once in a while you have to stop and not only evaluate the students, but yourself. So tonight I just want to ask some questions. And I want you to meditate on these questions to see if there's something here that you have learned or that you maybe didn't get from what I was teaching. And there's no way for me to know that. So I'm having to assume that if you don't know these answers, you're going to meditate on them, and I will give you back an answer, perhaps in the next video. But I want to give you time to meditate on these questions first. The first one I want to ask you is, what is a covenant? What is your definition of a covenant? What do you think that is? In lesson number 6, I talked about cutting the blood covenant. I haven't yet compared that old covenant to the new one, but I intend to do that. But if you don't understand the old one, how in the world are you going to get the new one? So it's important to me that you understand what a covenant is. Another question, is parenting a covenant? Maybe not all the rituals are there, but is it still a covenant? What about marriage? Is marriage a covenant? That all goes back to your definition of covenant and what that really means. Why bother knowing this Old Testament, this history of this old covenant? Why bother? Why have I taken time to teach and lay a foundation here of the Bible history in the Old Covenant? Why? Is it important? It's for you to answer. Also, who was the first detailed person that we talked about in all these studies to cut the covenant with God Almighty? Do you know who that was? Can you remember? If you can't, you might need to go back and listen again. It's important. Can you enumerate the steps of the ritual blood covenant? Can you enumerate those? And why is that important that you know those steps in the ritual blood covenant? Why is that important? Did I just decide it was important? No. There's quite a reason for it. But I'm anxious to see what you think it is. Why was there such meticulous efforts made to preserve the books and the writings that we now have, we call the Old Testament or the New Testament, the Bible, the Christian Bible? Why was meticulous efforts made to preserve that? Why was there a meticulous effort made to talk about the ritual? I mean, not the ritual, the lineage, all throughout the Old Testament. Why is that? Why is it important to know, and so begat so-and-so, and so begat so-and-so, and so-and-so's name was changed to so-and-so? Why is that important? Is it important? Another food for thought. Another question I want you to meditate on. Can you name the sons of Jacob? Can you name any of them? And what was his name Jacob changed to? Do you know any of them? I would be tickled if you could name 3. Maybe 4. If you can't, perhaps you need to go back and listen again to that one. You can find them listed on the playlist. Who came from the priestly tribe? Who were they? Which tribe was the Messiah supposed to come from? Which tribe did David come from? Why do you think that tribe was chosen to be the one that the Messiah came through? We talked about that in one of our lessons. Kind of important. And one of the things I want you to just think about, why do you think, after all those years of being in covenant with Abraham, did God decide to write on the tablets of stone the 10 Commandments and preserve them? And he gave Moses all these laws. Why do you think he did that? Why didn't he do that with Abraham? Why did he do that? We're getting ready to embark on the new covenant. Does that mean that the old covenant is null and void? Does that mean all the perks that came to them in the old covenant, that we don't have them anymore? Is that what that means? Is the new covenant less than the old covenant? Is it more? Those are just questions. I want you to think about all that, and I'll see you next time. And I hope that you have some answers